Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whoever you are. Today I want to talk about a message. Such a funny thing happened, and I really want to share with you. I want to share with you because I hope it will help you in one way or another. I was doing some online research, which is I don't mind sharing with you guys, and I discovered it's about 10% of the US populations are technically millionaires. I don't know how accurate that number is. I found 7%, I found 8%, but it takes about 10% of the US population that have a net worth between $1 to $2 million. Of course, that's between the equity in their house, that's between assets and all that. Not necessarily they have a complete $1 million. Sometimes they're 60 years old and they have a lot of equity in a house somewhere up north or in California. So the numbers may mislead one way or another. A few habits for rich people. And the first one says 63% of the millionaires people listen to a podcast and audiobooks. 63% listen to podcasts and audiobooks. 85%, that's a crazy number. 85% read 2 books every month. Let's say that one more time. 85% of rich people read 2 books every month. Well, I read a lot of books. I don't read 2 books every month. Most of us don't read 2 books every month. Then I pondered that. I said, well, you know what? It's sometimes hard to find time to read books. I said, let me come up with some creative ideas that I can spend about 30 minutes a day reading books. Not necessarily 30 minutes altogether, but just 30 minutes every day reading a book. And of course, you can go on YouTube. There's millions of books. There's this ton of a lot of good books, which is, if you know of any good book, share with us the link of that book on YouTube. But one of them is like The Alchemist is great. The Richest Man in Babylon is amazing. You have to read these books. The Millionaire Next Door, all these lovely, but there's millions of books, millions of podcasts and speeches, and they're all trying to help you. But I don't want to go off topic right now. So I already did anyway. What I want to talk about is how can you find, let's say, 20, 30, 40 minutes a day to read a book? So I said, let me evaluate my habits. I love to read a book in the morning. I love to read a book when I'm not interrupted by the kids and the chaos in the morning or by work and the ton of emails. Then I said, where is my downtime every day? Well, one of them is the bathroom break. I love to go on my YouTube every day or my TikTok or Instagram when I'm in the bathroom. And I discovered I spend about 30 minutes in the bath. I know that's funny, right? We're trying to be serious here, but we're spending 30 minutes about 2 times a day in the bathroom. And I'm telling you what I start doing. I start putting the book in the bathroom. So instead of me being on my phone for about 15 minutes here and there, I had a book. Okay? And I'm telling you, it worked for me. It sounds stupid, it sounds funny, but I'm telling you what worked for me. And perhaps something else would work for you. All I'm asking you to do today is the rich people telling you one of their secrets, reading books. Some of us can read 10 pages, some of us can read 100 pages. It doesn't matter. What matters is the process. The end goal will always be the same. Some of us takes us 2 years to become a millionaire, some of us takes us a lifetime. Don't worry about that. Worry about the process behind it. Because the process is the true motivator that's going to give you leverage to get to the next level. Does that make sense? Always think of something that you can apply a process to. And once you're able to apply a process to no matter what you do for a living or in life, you will get the end results you expect. So that's one of the things I did. Second thing is I like to be in the sauna for 15 minutes. The first 5 minutes worked for me. Then I started sweating. It did not work out for me to read a book while I'm in the sauna, Before bed, I tried it. But normally in the morning for 20, 30 minutes, I like to read a book. If you want to extend that, think of things you do. Like sometimes when you're watching a movie with your kids. Yeah, spend the first 30 minutes with them. Then try to go a little back. Read 20 minutes in a book. Try to educate yourself. Try to find something interesting in the beginning to read. Don't read the boring stuff, especially about finance and money. Read a funny story. Read the story that you can learn from. Read simple read simple readings so it help you get into the habit. Because the secret in all this, a process, then the habits that go with it. With that being said, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I'm not asking for anything, because the goal from what I'm doing here and what my wife is supporting me to do is to help each other, is to create a community that we can help each other get to the next level in life. Not necessarily to become a millionaire or become the richest man in Babylon, but yet find that sweet spot where you're content, where you're enjoying life, and where you're living in the moment, you're living in the present, you're living in the true body that God gave you. You see your kids growing up, you see your parents aging, and you yourself getting older as well. But don't get old and not enjoy the moment. Don't get old and drift apart from your significant other. Because this life is such a short life. I promise you, it's shorter than you would think. Yet enjoy it, yet make it meaningful, and figure out a smart way to build your generational wealth. Generational wealth not necessarily has to be money only, even though it talks about wealth and money and finance, but it can be more meaningful than that. Thank you again. I really appreciate the support. Until we meet again, this is Sargon Shamus. Peace.